was very interested when I got to know that Prajakta Koli is featuring in a Netflix series titled Mismatched opposite Rohit Saraf. While I'm always concerned and wary of the decisions digital media stars take when they go into the mainstream, I was thoroughly impressed by the brilliant performance of Prajakta in her short film Khayali Pulao, which increased my interest on this venture tenfold. Mismatched is a 6-episode series based on the book When Dimple Met Rishi written by Sandhya Menon. The series focuses on Dimple, played by Prajakta, having the aspirations of featuring in the list of Forbes 30 under 30 and doing so by creating her own app. This Java-obsessed student, despite the conservative nature of her parents urging her to dream smaller, gets admission in an app developing course for 3 months and is allowed to pursue it. Little does she know that she will bump into a hopeless romantic Rishi, played by Rohit Saraf, who has only one goal in mind: to live a happy married life. It's pretty evident that his eyes are only set on Dimple. What develops over a period of time is a generic campus drama that you have seen in innumerable teeny bopper films. You have the bullies, the nerds, the mehuna staple old student, and the cool teacher who everyone confides in. Ideating, developing the app is what we get less of, and Mismatched is more or less about the personal hurdles and hopelessly falling in love. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects in no particular order so that you can decide whether to watch this series on Netflix or not. It's not about app development. I want to clear out a doubt that many people had, especially when they saw the trailer of the series. The lack of effort on the course material or technical details shown visually were a clear sign to everyone that the app development and course being pursued by the characters is nothing but a backdrop of the series. If you were expecting to be intellectually stimulated through this series, especially the process of developing an app, I hate to break it to you, this is not that piece of work. Engineering students had rightly pointed out while watching the trailer that while Dimple keeps on raging about "Mujhe Java padna hai," that only HTML flashes were everywhere. The app and its development is extremely dumbed down, almost ignored throughout the series, and when presented clearly does not have the sharp edge that would be contributed by a skilled developer. So the question arises, what is it? Mismatched, simply put, is a cute, gushy teen romantic comedy series. People would be lying to you if they said it's much more than that. And I say this without dissing the series. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a breezy, almost carefree romantic storyline. It's almost like a breath of fresh air in a landscape where we are inundated with gritty, whodunit thrillers. Mismatched in many ways is ideal for a viewer who doesn't want to stress with multiple possibilities of how the plot will develop. You get an idea of the theme and the treatment of the series from the first few episodes. The two biggest takeaways beyond the cast, I believe, is the way the city of Jaipur has been captured by Milind Jog and Avinash Arun, and of course the beautiful and soulful voice of Pratik Kuhad, especially his track Kahan Ho Tum. I'm telling you, if anybody wants a soundtrack of a gushy romantic film, you just need to hire Jasleen Royal and Pratik Kuhad and they will create magic. Logic and stereotypes. The series explores primarily characters from the Gen Z. Put them in an Indian landscape, and like every other fictional work of art, each character comes with their own baggage or problems. While I have not read the book, some of the creative choices baffled me, almost made me take a double take in trying to understand how it makes sense. I mean, at the age of 18, Rohit Saraf's character is Tinder swiping possible brides with his grandmother, and I'm like, at this age, मैं तो सोच रहा था कि DO का cutoff ECA से मिलेगा कि sports से. While the relationship the main lead share developed to become something extremely cute, the courting process initially is rather creepy. What I also felt, and I mimic the same thoughts as Suchin Mehrotra, who has written a great article on this series, is that Mismatched is what older people may think is cool in our generation. It's very much a perception of an older person of what young people are like today, quite contrary to the accurate and almost perfect representation of student life in TVF products, like Flame and Kota Factory. Rather than people who you want to know fully and empathize with, other than the two main characters, the supporting cast gets lost in becoming simply caricatures. Ergo, the nerd, the streamer bully, the sycophant friend, the narcissistic Instagram influencer, vagera vagera. The cast. While the writing is to be criticized for its basic and surface level treatment, I cannot deny that in moments I did enjoy some of the performances of the cast. Let's just put it out there in the world that I prefer Ranvijay in these fictional roles more than his never-ending reality TV stints. But that's a separate argument. Ranvijay as a carefree app developing teacher is convincing. Vidya Malvade, while poorly explored, puts forth a sincere performance. Divyani Shori as Namrata deserves the world, honestly. I helplessly fell in love with her innocence and authenticity. Abhinav Sharma as Krish has his moments. I have to confess that I burst out laughing when he's having an argument with Dimple and her kitty party comebacks. I genuinely feel of the supporting cast, Taruk Raina as Anmol and Muskan Jafri as Selena put forth really exciting performances. Taruk's dialogue delivery especially had me in splits in several occasions, and Muskan's natural ability, even in the empty spaces, stood out for me. Rohit Saraf as Rishi is so pure that he seems to come out of a Suraj Barjatiya film. He has this boyish charm, and I think it lends perfectly to a role of a romantic at heart. Prajakta as a determined Dimple is honestly a great performer. Her character often pushes people away that are closest to her, and I think she presents that dichotomy of wanting to prove herself as an individual while being torn by what her heart wants extremely well. It's the writing and what the masses are already privy to that leads to this series almost becoming rather forgettable. Dispersed focus and surface level treatment. I know the intention of the series. While cleverly titled both in reference to the groups created as well as the relationships that flourished, the series aimed to explore the individual hurdles of every character. But its screenplay brushes upon so many facets of characters and even diverges the main focus of the plot so much that the series does everything but doesn't excel in much. You have issues such as sexual exploration, orientation, and identity being focused on, but it presents these issues only in spurts. It provides us a glimpse of what their trauma or baggage may feel like, but never dives deep, something that has successfully been done by shows like Sex Education and Euphoria. You presented a story that was supposed to be a coming-of-age story about self-exploration, but what we got was a half-baked, guilty-free rom-com with a lot of characters playing League of Legends. I think there is no production house that has truly captured the essence of young Indian romance other than TVF, saying so much more than the relationship of the characters, especially through their work in Flames and Kota Factory. There is a beauty in the excitement of an ordinary McD date, the importance of a mentor that is relatable and challenges you, a suggestion of simply wanting a hug that puts a smile on your face, a sense of heartbreak beautifully infused with humor when a student rants about the exceptions in science. I've shed a tear, laughed uncontrollably, and have rewatched many episodes of both these TVF products, and I don't think anyone has still matched their magic. I know Prajakta Koli is transitioning to greener pastures, and this will be the same opportunity that will be provided for capable stars like Ashish, Harsh Beniwal, and Bhuvan Bam. Some already have, but as I have seen a massive creator like Liza Koshy almost get lost in this magnitude of mediocre content produced on the OTT space, almost distancing the creator from the massive audience they generated through their own will and hard work, I would wish that creators like Ashish, Prajakta, and many others are cautious about what work they do and simply don't do it for what it represents, but do it as a challenge to fill that void as artists and prove to the naysayers that a digital star can easily win the hearts of people in another platform as well. You can watch Mismatched on Netflix. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the series. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.